Hey, what's going on? How you going? Today we're doing some Fullmetal Alchemist episode 9. So, I'm telling you right now, today, this episode is the last episode that I am recording before episodes 1 and 2 go up on my YouTube channel. What I mean by that is my Patreon account is ahead. I'm like recording them in advance, and because this is replacing Legend of Korra, and Legend of Korra was so far ahead of the YouTube releases, I'm this far ahead on Patreon. So that matters because if you're watching this on YouTube, I haven't seen the comments, if like any comments, any support, any views, anything from the first 8 episodes. So apologies for that. I'm sorry I'm chewing gum right now. That's not professional. I'll try to move it out of the way so that it's not going to get in the way while I'm doing this intro at the very least. Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to mention that right up top because yeah, it's just a little weird. I don't know if I've ever done this much of a series without posting any of them except for maybe some Patreon exclusive. No, I think I even posted them episodes at a time. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we are doing some Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood today. We're on episode 9, and these episodes have been fantastic. I mean, this show is really good. It's got a good pacing to it, and I feel like we are getting more and more answers. We're actually, you know, making contact with the sins now. So I feel like they're gonna properly come into it. We might eventually, and by eventually I mean within the next few episodes, I wouldn't be that surprised if we fought one of them. I don't think we'd fight all of them together, or even all the ones we know right now, but I wouldn't be that shocked if like we came across Gluttony eating someone in an alley or whatever, and we had to chase him down and fight him for a bit. We probably wouldn't defeat him yet at this point in the series, but I mean, who knows? This show has what, like 60 something episodes? It's like, I don't know, that feels like a lot. It also doesn't feel like that much. So I don't really know what pacing they're gonna go for. That could be like, you know, you could have several different groups of villains in that amount of time, or you could stick with the 7 deadly sins that whole time, and either one would be pretty good pacing if you did it right. So I don't know. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna jump into this episode. If you can, please make sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, because I'm a small channel, so every little bit helps me out a lot. And also, as I mentioned at the top, if you go to my Patreon account, you will get not only early access, which is a bunch of episodes right now, but also the full-length reactions, and that is where the real juice is at, because sometimes you don't want any of that pesky editing. You want to make sure your favorite moments are in the video, so you just sync it up with your own footage and you watch the entire episode with me. It's absolutely worth going to check that out, and you can also be the first ones to let me know fun facts about the show or correct me on stupid little things I get wrong in the Patreon comments, so go check that out. But thanks for watching. I haven't even done the episode yet. Let's jump into this episode. I'm really on autopilot today. Episode 9 of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Let's do it. Oh man, I'm just giggling at me saying thanks for watching in the intro. The idea of like the idea of introducing the video and then just ending it. I released like a 3-minute video. It's just me introducing it. God. I can't remember the last time I laughed so much while on my own, you know?
In search of the dark secrets, in the course of their fight, Al's phone at 66 plants suspicions in his mind.
You can't do
Al
it.
begins to wonder if he is a counterfeit.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Created feelings.
Looks like you can sit up now, huh? Somebody blew up the building and there's nothing left of it now but
Yeah, that's great.
You mean they wiped out
I liked the
everything?
background popping up and going down again.
Fullmetal Alchemist, sir! We do apologize in advance for this!
Uh-oh. Oh, they're punishing him. I imagine for get it going out.
You acted like a selfish child.
Not all adults are the enemy. You can trust us.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Hey. Mature thing to say to him right now.
That's all. Please forgive our abusive words and conduct, sir. It will not happen again.
Aw. Hey, you know what? You guys are great.
You're right.
I love you.
Or slapping you.
Nothing. I had it.
No, I liked it. I liked being
Why'd
slapped.
you two so scared of me? Don't worry about it. I didn't get my certification so people would kiss up to me.
Aw, I love Edward.
I'm a high rank.
We were scared of the brat for nothing.
Where's... But I was the one who did this.
Oh. That's a great joke.
Hello, Rockbell Prosthetic Limb Outfitters.
Oh no, yeah, that's
Bother
right.
to call us. Is something wrong?
Yep,
Yeah.
the arm broke.
Here's the deal. My right arm's messed up again. I can move the fingers, but that's about it. I can't lift the arm at all.
Please realize might have been because of the screw. Thank you. Good job, Winry. So it's kind of your fault.
Sounds
I was in a really rough fight.
How could you keep free?
Oh, but she didn't do that because she knows it was her fault.
guess I've got no choice.
Yes. Good. I'm glad about that.
Sure in a good...
Was that your girlfriend?
My girlfriend away!
I'm very glad when anime characters act reasonably, you know?
Girlfriend every week.
I thought they would just go with the trope of her yelling at
By
him,
yourself.
but
Hey, Al.
she knew it was her fault.
You know you can come to the room, right?
I was still torn up about
Be there in a
this.
little while.
It makes sense that his soul has to be in a gigantic suit of armor to hold his heart. It's so big and sweet. Oh, he sees himself as that little fucking toy.
By your so-called brother.
I wish the kid would have picked up the robot and looked at Alphonse and gone, "This is a metaphor for you."
Where are those stupid Elric brothers?
Well, you see.
Oh, Winry was so cute in that shot.
The hospital? What happened?
Yeah. I also love Winry's little ear
That didn't take long.
things.
I didn't do a good enough job on your automail last time.
Oh.
And now you're badly in. He has no idea. He never noticed that I forgot to put in that screw.
Well, you should tell him, Winry.
Well then, let's go ahead and get
All
right
right.
down to business, shall
Well,
we?
I guess it doesn't matter that
The
much.
usual rush.
He doesn't drink his milk. He doesn't like milk.
I hate it.
I don't have to drink it if I don't wanna!
Yeah, you want the girls to like you, don't you?
Oh my god, this is so
Al?
wrong. People make fun of me for drinking milk. I don't ever have the girls liking me because I drink milk. I wouldn't say
Al's
never.
been acting really weird lately.
Weird. How?
I've impressed some girls with my milk love. I'm gonna stop talking.
Seems like something's been bothering me.
Come on, Alphonse.
Puppet created by your so-called
Work
brother.
through it. You got this.
You will feel.
Sure, no problem.
Yo, Ed, my boy!
Oh,
Is it true you brought
casual
a pretty blonde
clothes.
girl into your room to service you?
Yes.
I see. You've seduced your mechanic, have you?
That isn't what I said at all! Were you even listening to me?
Nope, it's all under control. I gave Sheska some overtime.
Oh my
You're a
god.
real jerk.
How much trouble have you gotten yourself into this time?
Well, you see, it's,
She's so cute this episode. Holy shit. I'm falling in
well,
love.
It's nothing that concerns you.
They're in a lot of trouble.
No need for that. Why don't you spend the night at my place?
Really?
Yes, of course.
Oh yeah, you've
My
got a
wife and daughter will be
yeah, you've got a
delighted
nice
to have
family to stay with.
you. Come on.
You'll get a warm meal every night and
Really have to drag me?
they're celebrating it. Oh, it's her birthday. Okay, I thought they were celebrating Winry being there.
Fullmetal Alchemist.
The Hughes family. What? The narrator
Metal Alchemist.
said that with a smile, like Fullmetal Alchemist. That's cute.
They keep their mouths shut, though. They don't ever tell me what's going on. It's just like
Aw.
when they left Risenbull.
Yeah, they don't confide in you.
It's possible they thought you'd understand without them saying anything.
Yeah.
Maybe. But there are some things that I actually need to be told.
Mm.
When they're in pain, they don't want to burden anyone with it. Not if they can help it.
Yeah, but they should train themselves out of that.
That's how they are.
Talking about your feelings is a healthy thing to do.
Even so, ask for your help.
Yeah.
And when they do, I know that you'll be there for them.
Alicia, we want to play. Let's go. Will you put me down now? Okay.
No.
Quite the heartbreaker already, isn't she?
You should pick me. Come on, Leo.
Oh my god!
Listen up, boys. You try anything with my daughter.
Jesus, man.
Alicia's gotten very attached to you.
Aww.
And come back and visit me real soon.
It's settled. You're staying with us again tonight.
This is so cute. Ah!
I found myself a little sister.
Oh, I love this. Love this episode.
You've got such a big body now.
Oh shit.
Not like I asked for this body, brother.
Oh shit.
I'm stuck in this body. What should I believe in? My memories? Memories.
Oh,
are
this
scraps
has
of
been
information
stewing
that
up.
can be made up as easily as anything else.
This is why they should be talking about their
Do
feelings.
you remember when
This is
you
why
said
you
there
don't
was
bottle it
something
up.
You were afraid to tell me? Maybe you wanted to say that my soul and my memories are really artificial constructions you
Oh
create.
my god.
You've been lying to me all along, haven't you? What do you have to say for yourself, brother?
Oh.
Don't go.
Yeah, you have to talk to him. Oh.
You idiot! You have no idea how Ed feels. He wants to know if you blame him for what happened to your body.
It's all my fault. I lost his
Oh my god, man.
He's my little brother, and I'm supposed to protect him.
Oh god, here come the tears.
How could he ever forgive me? I'm too scared of what he'll say.
And then,
Oh.
you idiot, who would ever do something like that? Who would be prepared to risk his own life?
This is why you guys need to talk about your feelings. You can't just let Winry... I mean, I guess you
Who
can.
you have left
Just let Winry do it
is
for
each
you.
other. Go get your brother. Start running. Right.
I love her.
I'm starting to get flabby.
They're gonna brawl? Spa? Careful doing it on the roof. Oh my god, using the environment?
Fought over candy a lot too, huh?
And that toy, you remember?
I won that one. And when we played in the Rain River too.
Oh yeah.
All these
You shoved me into
memories.
the water.
And that fight we had during our training.
These real
Teacher said we were
memories.
One of us would marry Winry someday.
What?
Oh
I
my
remember
god.
That one.
I won the fight, but she shot me down.
Aww.
We're in this together all the way. Don't forget that.
I'm glad they're
Pushing
going through
forward.
this.
Milk? Fine, I'll drink a little.
What is this? Are we going to Scar? Is that Scar? Yeah.
You don't look like an Ishvalan. Who
That's
are you?
Scar before the Scar, I think.
Where are my manners? I should have introduced myself. I've been sent to exterminate this sector.
Okay. Was he the one who gave him the scar?
Awake.
Why, I'm a man of Ishvala, just as you are, son.
Okay.
There's nothing to worry about here.
Survivors.
Yes, indeed there are.
Oh,
A
okay.
rundown slum such as this may bear no resemblance to our ancestral home. Am I right?
Yes,
Okay.
certainly.
There are other Ishvalan
You
survivors.
can't. You're not ready.
Damn.
Yeah, it's still there, mister. It should be fine.
Ooh.
A precious gift from my family.
The tattoo is a gift from your family, okay? Oh, there it is. I'm gonna say this video that I just recorded, this episode of Fullmetal Alchemist in this video is genuinely some of the most fun I've ever had on this channel. I'm not saying this episode necessarily is one of the best episodes that I've seen of any show or anything. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just the recording of this video has been some of the most fun I've had, because I was almost crying with laughter at a mistake that I made early in the video, and then I made some other jokes later that made me laugh. The episode itself had jokes that made me laugh, and then also had things that were so adorable they made my heart feel warm, and things that made me cry towards the end. Like, there was such a range of emotions that I went through over the past half hour that, like, I've just had a blast. So I'm in a great mood after this episode, and I did think it was an awesome, really great episode. Because with each episode, I'm getting more and more, like, deeply attached to these characters, like, very deeply attached to them. I really love them now. I think it was good starting with Denny and Maria, right? That's their names. Giving Edward a talk of just like, hey, listen, you shouldn't have done that. You were acting selfishly, and you should be asking other people for help, which actually set up the themes of the episode quite well as well, because it's about like asking others for help when you need it, even if it's like emotional help. So it was good starting the episode with that. That was a perfect start to the episode. And then I really I loved everything Winry related this episode. She's like, so remember, those who are either fans of this channel for other series as well, or new to the channel, something that is kind of that I always talk about is how I get attached to female characters, and I already liked Winry, but I don't know if I had gotten to the point where I was like, oh my god, this character is like amazing, incredible, like I normally do with one of the female characters of a show. So I was just waiting for that, and it happened in this episode. I mean, the way they animated her, I loved her like casual fashion in this episode. Her connection with the kid, with Hughes's kid, was adorable. Her talking about her feelings and how she felt like the Elric brothers didn't talk to her about stuff. I liked her opening up about that, and then I liked her like, hearing the confrontation and then going up to Alphonse and being like, don't you know how Edward feels? And letting him know how Edward feels, because they won't fucking talk to each other about it. So she needs to be the weird conduit between them. I think that's great. And I do think that is why, like, Winry and Hughes had that talk, that like they said the thing that this is something that is said in media quite a lot, and also perpetuated throughout the world quite a lot, which is the whole idea of like, a man doesn't like to talk about his feelings. A man likes to, let his actions speak for himself and stuff. And like, I don't think they were framing it too negatively in this scene, but I do think either intentionally or unintentionally, and I can't tell. There are some shows where I can tell when they are having a character like that say something, and it's purposefully kind of, they're purposefully saying something that is wrong, or maybe, is like a character flaw. I can't really tell. But whether intentionally or unintentionally, the latter parts of the episode show the flaw in what Hughes was saying to me. Because what Hughes is saying is very much about, well, they, let actions speak for themselves, and men tend to bottle up their emotions, and that's just how men are, And it's like, well, yeah, like, he's right in that is how men tend to be by default. But it's like, what we should be doing is going like, but that's something we should be working to improve on, I'm not saying that Edward and Alphonse are wrong, like, are bad for not talking about their feelings, but it is something that they should they should be working on. I mean, we should be working on ourselves constantly. Like, nobody's perfect. Everyone should constantly be striving towards being a better person, and that's one way to do it. Like, not just men, women, non-binary people, everyone should be constantly trying to be more open with their feelings and be able to manage them in a healthy way, because otherwise stuff like what happened in this episode will happen more often, which is Alphonse is sitting there, he's stewing on the idea of him not being real, and a big part of why that's happening is he has one part of his head that has that guy's voice echoing in his head saying, you're not real, you're not real, you're not real. And another part of his head is echoing Edward saying, I have something I want to talk to you about. And he's conflating those two things. It's something that, like, it is, if they had like communication about it, like if Alphonse came up to him and said like, hey, you wanted to talk to me about something before and I really want to hear it right now, I think it would help me a lot. What is that? Then they probably could have just had a talk about it. But instead, Alphonse, and it's a character flaw, but it's not Alphonse being a bad person for doing this, especially because he's so young. This is a very hard thing to grasp in general. So I generally, you know, I'm not gonna blame anyone, much less a child, for having this happen to them, but he lets those feelings build up and build up and build up inside of himself, and so then when he hears one thing that triggers him, he goes wild. He starts screaming, he starts saying things that really hurt Ed's feelings, because Ed is basically hearing his brother, like, they're both victims, and Edward's already feeling an incredible amount of guilt for what he believes that he did to his brother's body, and then he hears that his brother like is discounting their lives together and their memories as being fabrications, as being fake, and accusing Edward essentially of like of using him as a puppet, of like doing something so horrible as to implant an armor with fake memories. Like, that's a really hurtful thing for Edward to hear. And it's the sort of thing that like they could have talked about it in a bit more of a calm manner, but you know, sometimes that happens. It happens to everyone. I mean, you can be perfectly healthy and that still will happen anyway, you know. And I'm saying this as someone who, like, I'm not amazing at practicing what I preach, you know. I do try not to let that happen to me either, but I have definitely let my anger build up and taken it out on people. Absolutely. It is a character flaw of mine as well, which I think is why I'm extra hard on it when seeing it in a show like this, because it's something that I'm ashamed of in myself and I'm trying to improve about myself. So I hope Alphonse and Edward can work on that as well. But it's great that Winry was there for them and was able to help them get through it, and I'm glad that they were able to also, at the end, they did just talk it out, you know. They did actually like get on the same page after Winry had to hit Alphonse over the head with a wrench several times, but once that happened, they talked to each other, they got on the same page, and now they're probably stronger for it. So it's great. It's good writing. All of this is good writing. It works really well, and I will say, like, I think whether they were intentionally having Hughes's words be kind of flawed, or if the intention was his words are exactly what ended up happening, because they end up taking action in a certain way where they fight it out. Like, that is sort of like the man's way of like, we're taking action. So whether the author intended for it to be a flaw or intended for Hughes's words to be a prophecy that fulfilled itself with the fight scene, either way, it's still good writing, it still works, and the theming of the episode is very consistent throughout it, so I really like it nonetheless. But I do kind of hope it's a character flaw of Hughes's, because I think that makes Hughes a more interesting character, because we've seen that there's sort of like a little bit of a darker side to Hughes, and I would like if that was like him sort of accounting for his own flaws in a speech like that. But I don't know. And there are Ishvalan survivors. I don't like. I'm sort of brushing over this thing because I don't know how to what's the word, like theory craft for the Ishvalan storyline. I don't know what's coming with that. Other than the fact that Scar wakes up, there are Ishvalan survivors. He talks about how the tattoos that he's got are a gift from his family, but I don't know what it is, and I can't take a guess. I got no idea. But it does look like he got that scar from the dude who's in prison. I forgot what the guy's name is. I've got it on my notes somewhere, but it looks like that's where he got the scar from, possibly, because he didn't have the scar in that flashback. But then he came across the dude, and then he woke up, and it was like a nightmare for him. So I imagine that's where he got the scar. Anyway, that is Fullmetal Alchemist episode 9. I loved that episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.